Hello everybody, it is Badger Wild, and we are back with another Space Engineers ship review video. This time we are reviewing an awesome carrier that I found on the workshop. This is probably for a crew of Space Engineers if you are building ships more conservatively or building ships in a server, like a PvE server, and you want a ship that can deliver the maximum amount of fighters for the best bang for your buck. This is probably one of the best ships by Grexion. But before we get started, be sure to hit the like button, comment in the comment section about this ship, at the very least, give Grexion a wonderful welcome and thank you for building such a cool ship, because he really deserves this. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you are also wanting this ship after I'm done with this video, the link to it will be in the description of this video. You'll be able to get a hold of this ship in the Steam Workshop, which will take you right over to it, and you can put this in any vanilla game that you want in Space Engineers. But without further ado, let's get started. So, what we have here is the ESDF Retribution class deck carrier Flight 3 version. This is essentially a light carrier in my personal opinion. My personal opinion, it is a light carrier, at least by the standard of what I build. This is more in terms of block length and mission profile and engine placement. This is a light carrier. It's not, or it's in the frigate class area, which would be kind of like frigate or destroyer, because it has two main large engines. It's built, like I said, built by Grexion. Grexion, you'll remember him earlier in the channel. He is the one who built us the interesting little gunboat that looks like a Paris class frigate, but it's like a mini little itty bitty thing that I always talked about turning it into a drone and just having them patrol an area for us. But that is what Grexion has built here. It is a very cool little ship, already given it a like, but it does require the Heavy Industry DLCs, the Decorator Blocks 2, Automations DLC, Warfare 2, Decorator Blocks 3, Decorator Blocks 1, Signals DLC, and the Wasteland DLC. So what do you get? Why is this such an awesome little carrier? Well, because it's not trying to be anything else. This is not, and I want to make this a very interesting, because I'm going to make a comparison here. This is the Iowa of light carriers, in my opinion. And as far as some people go, this is a full-blown carrier in a public server or even a private server where you're having to, have those limited block counts. This would be a full-size carrier. This is what the Iowa was to the Yamato, where a lot of people try to build the Yamato, they try to build the carrier to end all carriers. This is simply a carrier that just does its job. Its mission profile, its main armament is to bring fighters, bombers, whatever you need to bring to the fight in a small ship capacity to do the damage. This ship provides it. It also doesn't try to do anything else. It doesn't have extra missiles. It doesn't have several heavy guns. It simply has about 6 well-placed PDCs that provide all-round coverage for this ship. There is very little blind spottage that cannot be covered by at least 1 to 2 Gatling guns at least. You are going to be taking fire from this thing from all sides. Very well thought out design of it. It also carries up to 5 fighters. You can see right here we have our you have triple R Saber class interceptors that are just, we have at least 10 of these stacked up on this vessel right here. We could easily grab. You're going to see this thing can bring the manpower to fly a good chunk of these. But look around here, we have 2, or well, no, we have 4 turbofans for lifting this thing off the ground, as well as several small ship engines and other duct fans underneath. This is an atmospheric capable assault ship, and that's what I'm going to call this. It is an assault ship. This is designed to bring fighters. It is basically a mobile attack platform. This is a sort of a mini mobile base which can go from atmosphere up into space and back again If you have to assault the moon, you are bringing the firepower to wage an assault on the moon. If you have to assault a base, you have the firepower systems to attack a starbase. If you have to take this thing down to a planet and land it right next to an enemy's base, just so you can start harassing them, this thing can do it. And it does so as cheaply and efficiently as possible. So like I said, we've got limited guns, you've got a lot of thrusters, very nice boat, sort of like a boat hull design, which gives it that carrier look. The use of the blocks are very good too. This is a very streamlined ship. It utilizes what we would say as the three shapes principle. You have a triangle, a series of rectangles, and some cylindrical objects. So it makes the whole entire ship flow together well. There's also a lot of things that have been thought through on this. Number one, having catwalks and ladders to be able to access some of the other ships. There are two main entryways into this ship, and I think we're going to start with the or is there two? Maybe I'm just misthinking. Yeah, I'm misthinking. I thought that was an entryway, but it's not. My bad. But, oh well, yeah, there are actually two main entryways. There's one is the two entryways of the airlocks on either side of the ship. You can enter in with one of these two. That's a very simple way of entering in. We also have access up here to a large cargo container to access stuff so you can commit to repairs on the fly. Engineer can just walk across the deck here and just start adding stuff, working on things. It also has two basic refineries to do pretty much basic work on the fighters. In other words, being able to fix some of the metal and armor plating on your fighters that have been damaged, some of the steel plates, steel panels, girders, bulletproof glass, anything that is very small that could be fixed very efficiently before you have to go back to a main base and fix it yourself. But as we are up here, let's start this little tour by going in through one of the nice little airlocks here. As we go in, you can see we have a nice little pipe going from here to there. It's very cool. You're going to see that there's also a unique method of using these stairs that you guys are just going to love here in a minute. But let's hop on down here. And we have a mirrored airlock on the other side. We also have our one area in here. This can be shut off if necessary. And the airlock starts here, and your crew facilities start on this end and are separated by this central airlock, which makes everything in the ship very easy for the crew to remember. So going on through here, we have our first room, and this is, going to the front, this is the medical bay, which has a nice little inset, kind of like the corner office medical bay, the new one that's really awesome. We also have the lovely fish tank in here with all our exotic fish. We've got a bookshelf and a nice little desk in here. This allows you to come in and have something where someone can just hop in. And this is very important, having your respawn point here, because this means a player only has to go through these doors. And you'll see in a minute, they're right up inside the main area, up where the ship is actually at, or they immediately have access to the upper deck where the flight pattern, where all the flight ships are at. Continuing on here, we have one of the nicest bedroom areas you've ever seen. This is enough beds for a captain and everyone to fly the ships. We have the 4 main pilots on each side. These are for the main ones on the front and back section of the ship. We also have 2 for the side and 1 for the captain. So we can easily run the entire crew. We can field the entire staff if necessary. We also have a nice little bed here, or not bed. We have a nice little couch system set up here. And as usual, nice little system here with our own game systems, because hey, we've got to play Space Engineers while we play Space Engineers. There's no other way to get around it. Checking in here, we have a nice little compact bathroom, shower and everything, with the privacy of one of our newest door systems that have been brought in with the new update, which makes things kind of cramped when they need to be cramped. It's a very unique and nice way of using this. We'll shut this door here. Now the ship does run an airlock system, and it does run an LCD panel system, but this is where we go from, as I was stating before, when you get the respawn, you will respawn from here, and you can immediately run into what is the kitchen. Now, where's the kitchen go? The kitchen has access to 2 other things. You have access to the bridge and upper deck, and the flight deck. You also have access to engineering, which we'll go to in a minute. But what we have here is we have yet another set of video games and stuff. We have another game entertainment system for everyone with all our SE games and everything else. We have a nice bookshelf for putting in stuff, you know, little things. We use these bookshelves for GPS codes. That's what me and the guys use them for. We'll put down a data pad of GPS coordinates. We'll store it in the bookshelf, but it's a great place to put it. We also have our coffee. We have a full kitchen and a vending machine and seating for 4. Now, continuing over, if we have to go to the engineering area, say we were shot for some reason, a railgun just ripped through and got us, we have here our nice little engineering zone. And the engineering room has access to 2 assemblers, which can assemble any parts. We also have rare parts up here on the wall, things that you know, the basic assembler can't build. We have them here in case we need them. We have a few extra parts. We have 2 programmable blocks for the airlock LCD. We also have a control panel to run several systems on here. It also tells us what we have inside. We're running an LCD script, as you can see there in the corner. It is going through telling me what systems we have. Currently we have nothing because we haven't built anything yet. This has just been brought in. Continuing up the ladder here, we run into a very crisp and clean engineering room. I love this. This is something I've been trying to replicate for a long time. You people do not know how difficult this is to replicate. And Grexion has done this very well. We have our power supply, we have our power storage, we have our jump drives, we have everything we need to work on right here in this room, and all easy to access. Anything that is necessary to keep the ship running or get us out of dodge, we can get a hold of in this level, and we can repair it quickly if we have access to the parts. Very cool. Love the look. I even like the lights that are in here. It's just an amazing way of doing this. Down here, I would like to pull up my menu here. We can toggle the FTL drive, we can do our charge on and off, we can activate gravity generator on and off, and we can turn the gyroscopes on and off. So very cool. Now for the next part of this, because you remember, if we access this kitchen or mess area, we have access to the 2 main areas of the ship. This is where being able to jump from, and also having your medical bay so close to this area becomes important, because now we can run right up this, which is just a stair that's set on its side. We have access to the main bridge. We are sitting here looking over the main bridge. We can see everything we need to see. I can see all my fighters. We can look out the side here. We can see other fighters. We also have access to the back. We have all sorts of LCDs on here. Jump drives. Nice little programmable projector block here, so we can project what we are looking at. If we grab a base, we can pull it out, and we can start looking through what all we want to mess with and everything else. Like I said, we've got lots of LCDs, lots of command stations. We also have 2 helms, one for the first officer and the other one for the jump officer. And we also have a current drive. We'll check that out in just a second. But going from here, this is why this is very cool, because now we have an access, and you'll wait for a moment. Boom. We have access to the outside. We can run directly to any one of our fighters that are in the bay. We can hop into one of them. This is the cool part about this ship. I don't have to use my jump jets if I don't want to. Going over here, you can see we can jump down to this particular fighter. We can use the ladder to get back up, or if we have to run the first set, we can run down this corridor here and access our other 4 fighters on the front. This ship takes the concept of, you know, we're going to build a carrier in space, and just goes with, we're building just a carrier in space. It is not, it is just enough, and that's it. It's just a carrier. It is not meant to be a carrier battleship. It's not meant to be the greatest battleship of all time. It has a job, and it does that job efficiently. Hopping into the ship here, though, we're going to test out the speed at which this thing can move. We're just going to call off here, get a little tap, and for a ship, it moves rather quickly. It picks up speed very fast. We are pulling away. And 100. Here we are hitting 100, and we're just going along. Now I can turn off inertial dampers. Let's see how fast it comes back down. As we are coming to a stop, we also have our jump drives. We have, with that, let's take a look at some of our stuff we have on our toolbar here. Number one is turning the turrets off and on. Number one sets them to different systems, so you can actually set this to target specific things on a ship. Number three, I'm not sure what number three is. Oh, number three is target lock, apparently. Number 5 turns our hydrogen engines on and off. Number 6 turns on our parachute. Number 8 turns the jump drive on and off, probably a recharge function. And number 9 probably enables us to jump. Switching over here, number 1 on section 2 does our ventilation system. Number 2 is our H2O2 generator. Number 3 is our oxygen tank, probably for refill. Number 4 turns on our oxygen generator. Number 6 is our power, our nuclear reactors. Number 7 is our batteries, enables them to recharge. Number 9 is our gravity gen. And we have page 3. Number 1 is our assemblers. Number 2 is our basic refinery. Number 4 is one of our airlock systems. Number 5 runs some inset airlocks, and I think number 7 is the left side of the ship, or right side of the ship, and probably the front airlock systems. Looking on page 4, we have even more stuff here. This is a pretty well thought out. We have both our antennas up here. We also have our laser antenna. Number 8 is a beacon. Laser antenna will be 4, 5, and 6. And is that all? Yeah, about 4 pages. So this is one of those ships that has a whole lot of thought put into it, which enables it to have a whole lot of different ships and a whole lot of different functions. Like I said, it's not, the thing that makes this such a cool ship is it's not trying to be more than what it is. You always have ships sometimes. It's very easy to fall. I'm not knocking people for this. It is very easy to fall in that trap of, I'm going to put this on the ship to make it a little bit better, and you end up doing a whole lot more and making the systems far more complicated than it has to be. This is simplistically a cup of water. Okay, it's a cup. It doesn't need Bluetooth. It doesn't need long-range weaponry. It is a cup of water. It is a simple cup of water that holds water. It does its job and it does it well. It doesn't have any frills, doesn't have any extra stuff. It's just a carrier, and it's a great carrier. It's actually, in my opinion, a damn good carrier. So anyway, folks, if you liked this video and you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to thank Grexion in the comments. Let him know how much you appreciate this awesome build that he's made. And at the same time, show even more thanks by going onto the workshop, giving him a thumbs up, and also pulling off the Retribution and trying this bad boy out. We are probably going to build something similar to this. If nothing else, I'm going to steal his engineering system and build some type of frigate with it. But anyway, be sure also to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.